Service learning is a teaching method used to link course content to real-life experiences that focus on a community need or social justice issue. Community partners include local nonprofits, government agencies, and community-based organizations. Faculty work with community partners to develop projects that meet the community partners' needs, while also enhancing students' learning of the course content. Simply put, service learning helps students gain knowledge by tackling problems faced in their communities. Students integrate their service experiences with their coursework through ongoing reflection and class assignments.
Students who engage in service learning have been shown to feel more connected to the college community, have a better understanding of the course content, and a deeper insight into the social issues faced by local communities. Service learning is a movement within higher education that has grown significantly over the last decade as colleges have come to realize the importance of their role in teaching students to become civically engaged members of society. This work also serves to expand and support campus community partnerships by offering college resources that support community needs.
Although faculty have incorporated service opportunities into classes at MCC for many years, it was only 4 years ago that the college designed a full service learning program as a result of faculty interest and community need. After researching how peer institutions successfully implemented service learning, we developed a one-year training model for faculty. This model has evolved over time to ensure that faculty are creating collaborative partnerships and meaningful student learning experiences.
Because English Composition 2 is a class focused on academic research and argumentation, I structured the class around the theme of criminal justice reform, and students registered for the class in advance knowing that this was a special topics English class in which they would meet and work with detained youths. Throughout the semester, then, students learned how to engage in academic research and develop argumentative essays, and they shared this knowledge with their peers at the Juvenile Detention Center so that everyone had the tools needed to write argumentative and research-supported essays. This work then culminated in us creating a class book that contains each student's essay and a reflection letter on the experience, which both the students and the JDC residents got to keep. Students also developed and shared class presentations together with their JDC partners at the detention center, in which they articulated the arguments and key findings from their research.
What in juvenile detention centers, the kids that we were seeing coming into the facility, which was supposed to be a short-term stay facility, they started staying longer and longer and longer. So I was really looking for something for the kids that have graduated high school or were getting ready to graduate high school to continue with their education so that they can transition, whether they go home or to a program or to a facility, they'd be growing and learning and evolving.
And we would go into the Juvenile Detention Center, and I was partnered with Dylan, and he decided to write his essay on juvenile justice reform, and I also chose to write about that as well.
Now I have a slew of faculty that I can actually collaborate with. And the students see that I'm working with faculty in other disciplines. So I'm in the natural science department. They see me working with an English professor or a math instructor or a business instructor. And that really sets the precedent for them to see that collaborating and teamwork, a monumental change for me, having like-minded faculty to work with. For me, it's just not a cleanup because the bonds that they create while they're working together in the field, then they bring them back into the classroom.
From my work, my past work, I always dealt with career pathway and, teach students that it's so important to gain experience, to develop network in order to get into the career of their choice. So, with service learning, they're actually meeting those networks. And, I even have students are actively reaching out to their partners to get suggestions on which direction they need to go. So the fact that I'm seeing them take an initiative, to me, that makes me proud as a professor.
When I was contacted by you guys, we saw this as an opportunity to start collecting data about our clients so that we could further help them, right? So we wanted to ask them questions about their lives. We wanted to ask them meaningful questions about about their food insecurity, about their situation, so that we could hook them up with better resources. Each of them would interview a client and fill out the survey with the client, and then take that information back to the class to collect and organize the data for us. So that was really wonderful. It has impacted us in a great way. We kind of understand our client base a lot better because of the information that the students collected and the data that they were able to bring back to us.
Professor Lakshmi's class helped me devise a business plan and social media plan. My paperwork and all of my data and incorporating with information that they had learned and composed this really great piece of work. And it was a good opportunity for me to work together with these students who had this strong background in business and marketing. So it was good for me to be able to bounce these ideas off of them. But also, it was just nice to feel involved with the community and this community that Middlesex County involvement with these college students. And I think that they really went above and beyond the expectations of the project to really become a part of my organization for a little while. So I'm thankful.
This program means a lot to our kids here. They don't take it for granted, and they appreciate the fact that even though they're not earning college credits as of yet, but we will do in the future, they still work really hard, and they really try and enjoy being part of an actual college class. The parents are really, really thrilled with the fact that we're offering this here for their child. The kids here would love the fact that they were able to sit with other actual college students. Some of my kids didn't even know what college was. And some of the kids actually explained it to them, and they started to enjoy it.
This is something I wanted to do when I was younger, but I lost the love of it. But coming here and meeting you guys had made me go down the right path. And I love writing, and this is a lot of writing I love to do. It's a lot of learning, more experience. Something I wasn't really going to school at home, and this gave me like a positive effect to make my daughter proud, my mother proud, my family proud, and make you guys proud.
The class did help give me a foundation to understand what's actually happening amongst some of the students when they're explaining it. But then it also did fuel that fire within myself to say like, hey, yo, this is something that needs to matter.
Essentially, as somebody who was affected by homelessness, being able to offer meals and not only meals, but companionship. So being able to make this path easier for others, it means more than anything to me.
So before the service learning program, I was ready to drop out of college. I was a biology major and I just did not enjoy it. I thought college was not for me. It was not something I was interested in anymore, and I was getting to my last wits with it. Then I saw all the kids. I saw the work that Alexis, the social worker, does, and I realized that this is what I had to do in life. This is what I wanted to do. It was my calling, and I finally found it. And ever since, I'm determined to succeed and get my degree.
Since it began in 2016, the service learning program at Middlesex has increased its course offerings each semester. 21 service learning classes across academic disciplines were planned for spring 2020. 15 virtual service learning courses were offered this past semester, and 15 virtual service learning classes are planned for spring 2021. The number of service learning partnerships has also increased steadily since the program's inception. We have worked with over 25 community organizations within Middlesex County and over 200 students this past semester alone.